Hello and welcome to CyPerf Test Drive. In today's introduction video, I'm going to walk through a new lab called Zero Trust. It's intended to guide you through the steps to test network access related to Zero Trust concepts. We're going to walk through the basic steps of getting started so that you can get up and running with the lab. You can get more details about the lab in the lab document. Those lab documents will be available on GitHub. You can access this after you've launched your self-starting lab. You can go in here, you'll get presented with the main lab screen for your environment. It will take some time to launch all the resources that need to be used in the lab, so please do be patient, wait about 16 minutes or so to have everything complete. I'll show you how to get in and access that. While you're waiting for the lab to initialize, you can go in and open the CyPerf Labs link that will take you to public documentation on GitHub, which will be available at the time that the lab is published. I'm going to go over here and follow kind of the broad outline of the steps here. I'm going to click on public clouds. This is where you'll see the log that indicates what's happening when you initially start the lab. It's building the resources using Terraform. So you'll typically see applying Terraform, and you'll wait until about that 16 minutes. If you click on this link, you can actually watch the progress. Each of the steps will show up and there'll be a little bit of a circle indicating that it's processing. What you're looking for is at the end, when it's complete, it'll tell you that it's done applying the Terraform script in the elapsed time. So you can see sometimes it even completes a little bit shorter. So in this case, a little less than 13 minutes, and you'll get a link for the output. You'll need that output per the steps. If you go to the bottom, you'll want to grab the public DNS and the IP address for the controller for CyPerf to be able to run this new lab. I'm going to right click. I'm going to select between the double quotes. I'm going to right click and then do go to. That'll take me to the initial prompt. I'm going to go ahead and proceed. To the CyPerf user interface. I'm going to log in with the credentials that are available here as a reminder in step 8. Go ahead and log in. And what you'll see is you'll see the main CyPerf application screen with various options here. What we're focused on is the Zero Trust Network Access labs. There are two in particular, Lab 1 for ZTNA testing apps, and Lab 2 for ZTNA testing apps and attacks, so security strikes and such. Basically, at this point, you're ready to load a configuration. Go ahead and select one of these recent configs, or you can browse for other things. But in terms of the lab, you'll want to click on this. What's nice is only about somewhere between somewhere around 15 minutes or less. You're going to have a fully operational environment, self-service, to be able to run the lab. Again, you'll follow the documentation available on GitHub to guide you through the actual steps of testing lab. But I'm going to give you just a quick start of getting connected to the first lab as an example, so that you can run a test. The lab document will go into much more detail about the goal of the testing and what you're trying to achieve. So you'll notice that there's different users, authorized and unauthorized users, and there's also a data center that they're trying to approach, and then there's a zero trust network access device under test in the middle. The Ethernet ports are currently disconnected, so we need to go ahead and attach those. I'm going to pick, there's 3 agents. In the first lab, only 2 agents are being used, and in every one, there's a server agent. So these are clients. There's 3 clients, basically, 11, 12, and 13. And then 183 is going to be the server side. So I'm going to pick, the first one is going to be 11. Click update. It'll turn green, indicating that client is ready to generate that type of traffic that's been configured in the lab. Pick .12. And then In this lab, we only need the server side, which is going to be the 183. I'm going to update that. And you'll see that all 3 ports are green. Basically, this test is already configured with the appropriate goal seeking, the objective, and timeline that you need up here. Again, you can read more about it in the lab document, but I can go ahead and just start the test. Configured to be ready to go, and the device under test has been set up to perform its function as well. The test is configured. We've gotten a lot of successful notifications up here um, indicating the test has started, and we're going to be collecting statistics very soon. Okay, I see some throughput coming through. So again, this is a self-service lab. It's a functional lab to give you a basic idea of what the tool is capable of. I encourage you to reach out to Keysight for more information about how to configure the test for your specific needs. But just basically, we can see that there are several connections being generated, and we can see the success or failure of those in green and red. And we are expecting that some of the traffic should be blocked per the lab documentation, depending on what is going on with the user and what the device under test is doing in response to different kinds of traffic, both authorized and unauthorized. That's really it. It's pretty simple to get started. I'm just going to review very quickly that, again, after you've gone to Keysight, you've registered for a CyPerf uh, uh, test drive, which is a self-service lab. If you pick the Zero Trust lab, you'll get an opportunity to run that. It'll take about, again, 15 minutes or so to get all the resources up and running because those are dynamically generated. You'll wait until you get to the public cloud log indicating that it's complete applying the Terraform script. You'll want to go to the bottom of the output of the Terraform script, all the way to the bottom. These are all the resources being built. And again, you'll be given the link that you can right click and open right in the same browser. And so all this can be done right from your web browser. You'll go straight to the web interface of CyPerf, and you'll have the configurations preloaded back here. You can also browse and see the selection of the kinds of tests that are available. But the first two will be the labs for this thing and the configuration for the device under test, and the clients are all set up ready to go, and you can just run that test. Again, you can get all the information about the lab after you run from the CyPerf Labs link. There'll be a direct link taking you to all the documentation, including this video for the lab. So that's Zero Trust Network Access Test Drive in a nutshell. Thanks for watching.